Alright, so I am here to share with you a reading on your current business ailment or business issues concerning getting your business off the ground, energies that you had that might be preventing you from doing that, and also things that are actually helping you or progressing you along. So the first cards I'm going to pull, or card, who knows, our personality is a personality card, and this is basically the personality traits that are the strongest in you right now when it comes to your business and getting it off the ground. So I'm going to give these a shuffle. Oh, so we have one that has popped out, and we have the Alchemist. It's probably kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but at any rate, there are two attributes on this card. There's a positive attribute and then there's a negative attribute. The positive attribute says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. The negative attribute says misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. So the way I determine what personality traits are the strongest is what I feel most drawn to look at on this card. What's the first thing that catches my eye? And I feel like the first thing I looked at was a negative, but then I looked back at the positive and back at the negative, back at the positive. So I feel like there's a pull between the two there, because you know what it is that you want to do. However, maybe a particular reason why it's not quite going the way that you want it to is because you're missing the spiritual aspect of it. Maybe losing sight of what you're actually trying to create this business for, out of a sense of personal gain, or monetary gain over the true purpose of the business. So just something to consider. So I'll begin with the reading. So I have another deck of cards that I'm going to use now. I'm just going to give them a shuffle. The first question is, where are you in terms of your business, starting your business and getting it off the ground? Okay. So it says abundance. So right now, you have many thoughts, you have many ideas, you have many hopes and aspirations. So currently this is where you are, still in the process of gathering together the things that you need. But also mentally, when you consider abundance, and emotionally, spiritually, when you consider abundance, don't just look at the material aspects of it. Look at how is it conducive to building your personality? How is it conducive to building you up as a being, a person, somebody that functions in society? Is it making you groggy and angry, or is it helping you to understand and learn more things about yourself? So the next question is, where are you aspiring to be? And so this says time to let go. So when I see this card, it basically makes me think it's time to let go of doubt, self-doubt, and fears. A lot of the times we have such great ideas, but because it's something new or something that is going, into a place where we haven't really been able to, what's the word I'm looking for? When it's going into a place that we're not used to being in, it could be scary, and it's easy to turn back and say, oh, well, that looks too hard and I don't want to do it, or maybe now is not the right time, or maybe I should do it this way instead, or we start listening to other things that people have to say about our business. And there's nothing wrong with listening to other people's opinions or advice, but when it comes down to it, you really have to make a choice for yourself, and that's choosing what you know to be best for you. So card number 3 represents what energies do you bring to the table right now? And it says, wow, the awe factor. So anytime I pull this card, to me it represents amazing ideas, amazing energy. You have an intelligent mind. You're a fast thinker, a fast learner. You're able to adapt easily. But that can also turn into over-analyzing things, which I feel that you probably do a lot. And then the more you analyze things, the further and further you get away from your original idea. And then it becomes a task, and you find yourself running about in circles and not really getting the things done that you need to get done. So consider that. Stay focused on your original idea. And when you're branching onto it, try not to, look into the things that need to be looked into. But if you notice that it's just leading you around in a circle, then that means that it's time for you to let go of that idea. And you can always go back to the beginning, or add something new, try something different. So the next card represents what is truly blocking you from your business endeavor. And it says switching roles. So this has two meanings. So the first meaning is your inability to see things from another perspective. There might be people in your circle or corner right now that are offering to you advice, but because of their maybe their situation or their current circumstances, their personality traits or behaviors, you probably are thinking like, well, what do you know about this? You can't tell me nothing about it because you don't have this or you don't do that. But that's very unwise, because just because a person is not on the same level as you does not mean that truth or wisdom cannot come out of their mouth. Every person is a vessel, and they can deliver you messages at the right time, but you have to be ready and open to receive them, so that you can understand better your mission, your journey. Oftentimes we can sit and think about shit all day, like, man, I wonder why I can't do this, I wonder why I can't do that. And the irony in most blessings is that the most irritating person in your life probably will come and say something to you that's true as hell, but because of how you personally feel about them, you miss the whole message entirely. And then whereas you could have taken that information or advice or opinion and built yourself up and skipped a lot of turmoil, you missed out because of your personal feelings. The second part of this is also your thoughts, switching roles, switching sides, switching the way that you think about things. You have to be more positive. If you're constantly thinking about all the things that you don't want in your business, all the things that you don't want to happen, all the things that you don't like about the process, then that's the energy that you're creating and feeding. And so that's the results that you'll keep getting. And it'll always seem like there's barriers or blockages, and that you're not getting anywhere, or that it's just taking an extra long time to do something. So the next question is, what do you need to understand? And I knew I was going to pull this card before I even did this reading for you. Trust in the process. I trust in the process. And this is what you need to tell yourself. Sometimes when we are embarking on a journey, it can seem like we're not moving or we're not going anywhere. But that's a part of the process. When it seems like you're not moving, that means there are tiny little things that you need to be looking at and focusing on. The simplest things are often what make the biggest difference. Like I said, your attitude, that's something simple. That's something that you can personally control. You really can't control anything outside of yourself. Situations, circumstances like that. But you can create the kind of circumstances that you like to be in by adjusting your thoughts. So trusting in the process. If you're trying something and it keeps going bad, it may be that that's not the way that you're supposed to go. And if you're trying to force it to happen, you may end up, it may appear that you're getting to where you want to go, but then you'll be unhappy in the long run because it's not meant to be. But in the same token, if you are continuing to make the same choices and the same decisions, or going about the same, what's the word I'm looking for, going on the same path and doing the same things each time, when it comes to starting your business up, not really wanting to step outside of your comfort zone, then of course you're going to keep getting the same response as well. There's that saying, if you keep doing what you always done, you'll keep getting what you always get. what you've been getting. So trust in the process, and even the negative aspects of it are there to teach you something. So take every little piece of the process, and this is the time to analyze. Not overanalyze, but this is a time for you to look and say, well, why is this upsetting me? Or what is it that I'm doing that's preventing me from seeing what's necessary? But we pretty much covered that, so let's move on to the next question. What are you missing? So this says documentation. So this could be a physical or more literal term. I know in business or starting a business, there's a lot of documentation, a lot of paperwork. If you're going about your business in the conventional way, if it's a government recognized business, basically something that you'll be taxed for or be paying taxes for, there's a lot of documentation that you need to have. So that means that you need to do more research. You need to get proof. You need to have some kind of proof that your idea is your own. But also documentation has to do with being able to provide proof in a metaphorical sense, basically proving to yourself that you're capable of doing this. And this comes from not doubting yourself. This comes from pushing through those times that you feel like giving up, which you had mentioned. You're not giving up, but the process will still be frustrating and hard. So basically, this is a time for you to look at yourself personally. Your business is a reflection of who you are as a person, because it's something that you're creating. It's an idea that's coming out of your head, out of your heart. So if you notice that it's going a certain way, this is a time to step back and say, hey, what behaviors do I have that are reflecting in the process of my business developing? Is it slow? Do you keep hitting your head? Is it, do obstacles keep popping up? Are you often frustrated? Is it frustrating you? What are your health habits? Do you eat a healthy diet? Do you have a good attitude? Are you getting proper exercise? All of these things matter because they're part of your life. They're part of who you are. And if you're not integrating parts of yourself into your business and treating it as if it's some separate entity from you, then it's going to be more and more difficult to maintain it and for it to be successful. So that's something that you should keep in mind. Okay, card number 7. What do you need to let go of? So this says set a foundation. So basically, what draws my attention is the tree here, basically, and the roots. Maybe not so much the words. So basically, you need to let go of insecurity, instability. Do not base security and stability off of your physical or material gains and possessions, because all of that shit can be gone within an instant, and then all you'll have left is yourself. Stability is a state of mind. Security is a state of mind. You have to be able to know that you can function efficiently and in a positive manner without harming yourself or others if you did not have any of these things. Oftentimes we tend to put our materials on the top of the list because they give us comfort. There's a luxury in it. It makes us feel safe. It makes us feel secure. But like I said, if those things are gone, how will you function? How will your perception of life be? Will you be negative? Will you blame others or your circumstance on something other than your own personal choices? So consider letting go of false senses of security and stability. Start building up your personal willpower and start building up your roots, so to speak. Ground yourself more instead of being so much in your head. Bring yourself back down to earth, the physical reality of everything, basically. Primarily yourself. I said your personal issues, They're all a reflection, and they will all reflect in every, not just your business, but every aspect of your life. So we'll do one more card. This is the last card. This is action steps, something for you to consider. So it says, don't deny your truest feelings. So we have something that is called intuition. It's a gift. Everybody has it. That little voice in the back of your head, or that gut feeling that tells you when you're doing something wrong, or when you're doing something right, or what to expect, what you're doing, what you shouldn't do, what you should do. All of those things, you know, are a part of the learning process. And when it comes to, like I said, your business, treat it as if you would treat yourself. Listen. Everything is always speaking to you. Your business is speaking to you. The fact that you're having trouble getting it off the ground, listen to what it's saying. What is it saying to you? Same thing to your body. You know, if you learn yourself more, learn your needs, learn what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you don't want, the truth of the matter. Be honest with yourself, be open with yourself. The more you figure these things out, the more clear it will become to you how to set up your business, and how to make it progress and flow the way you want it to. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, you know how to get in contact with me, and that'll be it. All right, bye-bye.